So you're simply going to go to loom.com/education and click on verify education account. Now, I believe you need to have a Loom account first to do this. And then you come, so just loom.com, start up create an account, and then come back here to the education piece and just click verify education account. And it's a very simple process. Create your Loom account with your education email and then complete this form. Mine verified within a day. It's very quick and it's well worth it. And some of the reasons you would want to do this, you'll have unlimited videos. You'll have videos up to 45 minutes. You can password protect your videos. You can keep them personal or share with a group of people, share with individuals. You get drawing tools, and you can also get viewer insights. So you can get an idea of how folks are viewing your videos that you're creating. It shows all the different places that people reacted or commented. So you can go back and look at your Loom and notice that a whole bunch of people gave you a thumbs up at a certain time, you know what it is. Or if you see that there's 6 comments in one particular part of your Loom video, you can take a look at those comments and know that something was going on at that point in time in your video. So it's pretty cool. Right along how the timeline goes across the bottom of the video. So it shows smiley faces or a little comment box with a number in it. And we're asking kids to just give like a thumbs up or something when they come across a word that they're not sure they understand. So then we can see, okay, so gold A have these words that we need to talk about. Or any other suggestions you think?
Yeah, I'll share. What you just said actually was pretty cool because I could read a passage as a teacher to a student, or a short story. And then if I said to the students, comment in the video when you hear examples of personification or a lit, that'd be really cool. And I didn't even think of that until you just said that. So that's awesome. I've used Loom last year quite a bit. I used to do first chapter Fridays. And the problem was we were doing hybrid. So the kids in the class would get the real live reading of it, but all of the kids at home needed a video. And I did it through Loom. I would read the first chapter of the book. Sometimes I could find the book online and I could have it on the screen. And then my little picture would be in the corner reading the first chapter. And so that was a great way to share first chapter Friday. That's kind of how I used it, but I love all the ideas you just gave me. I can't wait to try it again now.
So we're going to start with creating our own video. So we are going to just make sure that we verify our education account, which just means putting in your school email address and using that. Then when you come back in, you can sign in with that Google account and you have access to all those pro tools. So I'm going to bring Loom up on my screen. Okay, so here we are in our Loom account. You can probably see that I have my videos. I can do the desktop app, Chrome extension, mobile apps. There's lots of different things. I'm going to click on my account, and that kind of brings me to my landing page. This is where I have all of my workplace settings. For example, I have my tech tips, which is a group that I created that has 4 members in it. I invite teammates in. So maybe I'm going to do Loom videos in my department. We're going to talk about classroom management, and we want to talk about PBIS things that have worked for us. And so we're going to do quick videos that we can share to each other. In the sharing of the videos, you're also allowing people to make comments on your videos. They can either do it as a comment, typed comment, or they can record a response to you. So we're going to look at the different types of libraries. The first library is personal. That's the videos that you have created yourself. You can also create folders in there. Just put a new folder and sort your videos however you want. Shared with me, that would be if your teammates were doing videos and they sent them to you, meaning they shared them directly to you. They didn't put them just on the Loom website. They shared them directly to you, then they would show up here. A team is like the tech tips team. How many people? I have 4 people. So if I ask each one to create a short Loom on their favorite tech tip, they would show up here on my team. Okay. You can also star or archive things that have showed up. Let's say I'm not really interested in this particular video. I can archive it and then it's gone out of my library. So I also have some settings that I can do, like for this workspace. I can call it a certain name. I can upload a logo. I can add people to it. For my personal space, I can choose which photo I want to use. Maybe I want to use this one instead of the other one. My name, my contact information. I can reset my password. I can also download all of my data. So if I'm moving to a different school or something and I want to download all my data, I can do it that way. Okay, but let's go back to our personal library. And when we're in our personal library, you'll notice on this side over here, you have record a video. And it's as simple as that. Now, the first time you hit record a video, you're going to get some things that pop up. Do you want to allow Loom to access the video, your camera, access your microphone? Do you want to use the desktop app? Okay, so just read those carefully and allow those things to happen so that when you hit record a video, you all of a sudden have this video showing up. So you can see that I'm down here in this little corner over here. This is just part of the Zoom, so I'm going to move that. But you can record your screen and camera, screen only, which puts your icon, whichever icon you selected, and then camera only. So right now, it's not recording this at all. It's just recording this circular piece. Okay, where is your microphone? Where is your camera from? I'm going to do my screen and camera, and I'm going to just do the current tab. So that means if I switch to another tab up here, it's not going to follow me. It's going to stay on this tab. So you might want to do full desktop if you're going to go back and forth between tabs. So I'll show you the advanced ones. You can flip your camera. It's by default on because if I point this way, I want to be able to point this way. If my camera is not flipped, watch what happens. If my camera is not flipped, when I point to my right, it's showing me pointed to my left. So make sure your camera is flipped. That might be something. I can also do some control menu things that are showing right down here on my screen that you probably can't see. Recording countdown is that 3, 2, 1. I like that because then I know I just wait a couple seconds after it hits 1 in case I want to do any editing and cutting of the video, which you certainly can do. So let's start recording. And then you can see that I get to do which one I want to do. I am going to share the one that says Loom free video because that's the one that I'm on right now. Hi, and welcome to our Loom video on your personal library and your Loom workspace. So we're starting here in the personal library, and this library gives you access to all of the videos that you yourself have created, as well as some getting started videos that Loom has put here for you. Any one of these videos you are welcome to share out. You select the video you want, and then you can either add it to your favorites, you can copy the link to share out. You also have some other options up here to archive, to download it, because when you create a video, it goes right into the server at Loom. So here I've opened this video that I did. This was on the ISTE standards for teachers, and I have some video preferences over here. The preferences, I've already created this, but I can allow people to record a reply. In other words, there'll be a little record button at the bottom and people can put their own Loom back to me in response to mine. I can also add, let them add comments or not. You can see there's a comment button here, but if I undo that, they're not going to be able to see that. I do have emoji reactions on. I can turn that off. Animated thumbnail, and can they download it? And do I want them to see the analytics? So those are all things that I have choices on, which might be different if I was sharing it with my team than if I was sharing it with my student. I can also trim video, and this is as easy as drawing from one side to the other. Let's say I have this huge long pause here and I don't want to keep that there. So I'm going to trim my video right there. And I then have to hit the split button. Okay, so that's what I have to do to make sure that I trim this video. I believe I've already trimmed it. So I am gonna revert to the original, and let's see, I'm gonna put my playhead right there. I'm gonna split it at 11 seconds. And then I click on the other piece that I don't want, and I just delete that second piece. Whichever one has the handles is the one that's active. Notice that piece that I cut out is still there, and I can revert to the original at any time I want. I can save my changes here. I can make it so that the video is a little bit quicker to watch. We can hear much faster than we can speak. So you could speed the video up if you so chose. I'm going to save the changes on that. I can also put a call to action button at the end of my video. So a call to action button is something that people would click on at the end of your video. So this one I might put the ISTE standards, a link to the ISTE standards for teachers. Okay, I'm just going to put www.iste.com/standards, and that will take it right there. Now I can also very quickly change the color of the button. Let's say I want to do more of a blue and gold button. I can do that very quickly. I can also change the looks of the button however I want to. I just hit save call to action button, and then you can see this button at the end of my video. Video ends, all of a sudden there's a button. People can click on the button. Yeah, I know, because I didn't really put it in there. It's not a real link. I just pretended that it was a link. So, but that would take you out to a link. You can also change the thumbnail. Let's say I wanted to put just a thumbnail of the ISTE standards. I could put the ISTE symbol in there so that when people looked at my videos that I was sharing, they would know that was the ISTE standard one. That's your personal library. Shared with me are videos that folks have shared with you. Makes sense, right? And then people add you to their video as a viewer, and they've set up their video preferences. Can you comment? Can you put an emoji? Can you use a thumb? Can you record a response? We also have something called team. The team library is any team that you create and invite people in. And when you create a video, you can see I have record that video. When you create a video in the team library, everybody in the team can see the video and can edit the video and can edit any of the settings that you have on the video as well. So let's say you're working on a video for first grade open house, and you all want to add your personal part to the video for open house because we know maybe we're going to have to do it remotely. So we want to have a 1-minute introduction or 2-minute introduction from each of the first grade teachers. This is one way that you could do it. You each take part in the video, and then you're going to put that video all together. So you could do that in the team library and then share that out to your parents with a link. So that's one way that you can use the team library. You also have some settings here. Notice on mine, I can change the size of my video. Let's say, when I first do my introduction, hi, I'm Martha Thibodeau. Welcome to first grade at Mallet Elementary. I'd like to show you around our classroom. And then maybe you have images on a slideshow from your classroom, and this is the area where we consider our makerspace. This is our active corner, whatever it is you want, then you can do it that way. So then you can knock your own image. Now that they've seen you and they know what you look like, you can knock it down a little bit smaller. You can also pause your video if you need to for a second, and then it will turn into a restart video. You can cancel your recording, or you can say, okay, I'm done recording. This is a 7-minute video already. That's way too long. I'm done with that. You also have a settings here for your workspace and your personal library that you can make some changes in those. That's as easy as it is for a Loom. You also have some notifications that you can turn on, get notified as soon as someone watches or interacts with your video. If I allow that, again, Chrome is going to say, wait, Loom wants to use your notifications. Well, I'm going to allow that because I want to know if I'm if I'm Looming with kids, I want to know when they've interacted with my video. Remember, Loom is free for kids, free for teachers, forever. So this is really an exciting way to communicate with kids. Why would you use it? You can do things like classroom FAQs. You could do things like, how do you appropriately clean an iPad? What are our classroom expectations? What are different parts of our classroom that your kids may come home and talk about? You may use it for a flipped classroom. So kids are at home watching the video, and then when they come back into class, that's when you do the examples and they do the work while you're right there and can help them. Could use it for instructional videos, not just for you and your students, but for you and your teammates. So for example, best practices, or maybe new procedures. If we have a lockdown drill, this is the new reading test, things like that. You could also do, like I said, introductory videos for parents. What if you have a student teacher in your room? Maybe you want to be able to send out to your parents a quick little video that this student teacher talks about themselves and their experiences and what they hope to bring to the classroom. Download that video, pop it into Seesaw. Parents can then see it in Seesaw. You can do event information. If you're having a special event at school, or awards announcements for your class or for the entire school, the principal can do awards not only over the PA, but also as a Loom video. Weekly announcements or a newsletter. This is a great way to FaceTime with quarantine students too. Maybe you can't do it synchronously so the kids can talk to each other, but you can start a Loom video. Different kids can pop in and out of your camera on your computer and talk to the kids that are quarantined at home. Another way is to provide feedback for students. So you could have a piece of student work, whether it's a piece of art that they've done, or a poem, even a violin lesson that they've been practicing at home. You have this video playing and you're there, you can look and you can point and you say, okay, see right there how you're holding your hand right there, or this stroke over here needs a little bit of cleanup, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so you could be in the work and the evaluation at the same time. So those are just some things that you could use Loom for. Obviously, it's completely up to you whether you decide to use this or not. I love the idea of having my face and the work at the same time, just because it makes it more personal, especially for those kids that have to be at home for 10 days. It's so nice for them to be able to see you. And notice now I'm looking at my camera. So you feel like I'm looking at you versus when I'm looking at myself in one of the video screens. So it's always a good idea to, if you need to have a camera somewhere, have it just above where the work is that you're doing, so you have a way of glancing down if you need to, but looking back up at your camera. Thank you for joining us for this quick video on using Loom. So I'd love to hear your ideas on how you think you could use this new tool. Have a great day.